Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the April Board of Directors meeting for the Delta Amateur Radio Club. It is a wonderful evening tonight. Glad to have everybody here. With that, I'm going to kick it right on over to Perry and ask him to give us a roll call and whether or not we've got quorum, and then we'll jump right in.
All right, I'm not good at math, but let's give this a try. President Joe Plunk,
Present.
Vice President Tyler Henley. All right, Secretary Perry Hayes is present. Treasurer Paul Broom.
Present.
Director of Meetings and Special Events Josh Cunningham. All right, Repeater Trustee Dan Fleek. Director of Publications Jonathan Urschel.
Here.
Director of Training Joe Lowenthal.
Here.
Director of Programs Adam White. And Club Historian John Reiners.
Present.
All right, so let's see. 1, 2, 3,
5.
5. So we have
That's
5 out of
50%.
9.
Hmm?
5
Yep.
out of 9.
Yep.
So that is a quorum.
Fantastic news. Now, we had a few people out and sick and lots of issues, but maybe some people will pop in late, but we'll move right along. All right, Perry, thank you for that. Just a real quick opening topic that I'll have for everyone. I know everybody's excited about this coming weekend. Our big event that we have been working really hard on for the last 6 to 7 months is the Mid-South Radioactive Expo coming up on April the 11th from 9 to 5 at the Agri Center International. We're looking forward to that. It's a great opportunity to enjoy the hobby and expand our footprint into the market. I know if you've driven by the Agri Center, you've seen the big billboards, and that has been fantastic. I know if you're in the neighborhoods and you've gotten your mail, you've seen the flyers. So that's been fantastic as well. I am super excited to see all of the possible people that come through the door and look forward to this year being a smashing success and taking the records and the items from this year and moving them forward to next year. And hopefully that leads to even greater success, with the ultimate success being in 2028, when we know we've got a long-term running event and potentially the ARRL comes and joins us for our event for the section meeting. Anyway, that's a long way away. That's kind of that. With that, I'll take a quick minute and pass to, I know Perry has circulated the minutes of meetings and board meetings, for everybody to review. Is there any comment or discussion on that before we approve those and passing those on to the membership?
Make a motion to accept it.
Motion made by Joe, seconded by
Second the motion.
Jonathan. All right, all in favor of approving and passing on the minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, Perry. Tyler just joined us, by the way.
Hey, Tyler.
Hey, everybody. Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries. You got all of the assignments.
We talked about you.
Boy,
all of the above.
I'm feeling better now.
Oh, well, that's not good.
You just missed me talking about the expo for a couple of minutes, and we just approved passing the minutes on to the membership. So we're at perfect timing.
Got it.
All right. Let's move right into membership applications. Oh, you can't see anything because I'm not sharing. It would help if I share the screen, would it not? I'm like, y'all can't see anything. That should help. And they're
I was just going to say these are all the applications that either came through the mail or I got at the last board, member meeting. Most are renewals. There weren't any news. We did have the one family renewal down there, but that's pretty much it. I won't read them off because you can see them.
all right. Just a real quick question before we move to approve those. Did any of those actually come in and get to use the new electronic payments? Or those are all collected cash or check?
Three of them at the meeting paid electronically, but no, we haven't. Nobody's aware of how to do it online yet because we hadn't published that.
That's fair. But we've successfully tested it a couple of times. It sounds promising. Fantastic news. All right. Any other questions regarding that? I would certainly entertain a motion to approve our new and renewal members.
I would move that we accept all of the renewal applications as presented.
Made by Perry, seconded by Joe. Motion to approve new and renewal memberships. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Motion carries. Fantastic. All right, Paul, we'll move in and I'll change slides into the treasurer report for you.
All righty. I'm on my iPad, so I can't see very well. So let me get my specs out here. Basically, everything is pretty standard. We did, I collected the money on dues that we see up at the top. We did have some money from estate sales. And then obviously the big item on there is the grant we received from the ARRL for $8,000. And then we did have 4 table sales and also a couple of purchases of admissions already that were done, I guess, when they signed up for their tables. And then there were a couple of donations as well related to the expo. And then as far as spending went, we paid the security force, and I apologize, I can't see the numbers because of the way my screen's laid out.
It's $171.
Yeah, that was paid online, and then the rest of those were paid via check. We had checks to for the advertising, and then a couple of checks to Josh for reimbursement of refreshments. And then we've got one outstanding check to Joe Plunk for the hotspot. And that's pretty much it.
Anticipating that will change in a week or two. But thank you for that. Any questions on Paul's report?
There were no changes in the CDs on the next pages. No interest payments or anything like that. Same as last month.
Okay. Fantastic. All right. Again, any questions or concerns regarding the report that Paul has presented to us and circulated previously? All right, hearing none, would certainly entertain a motion to approve that.
I make a motion that we accept the treasurer's report as presented with thanks to Paul Broom.
A second.
Motion made by Perry, seconded by Jonathan. Absolutely thanking Paul for preparing the treasurer's report. Motion on the floor is to approve the treasurer's report as presented. I'm tongue-tied tonight. I apologize. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Fantastic. Motion carries. Thank you so much. All right. Real quick, does anybody have out there bills that they want to let Paul know about?
I have a $50 bill for drinks that Scott asked me to pick up at Kroger today. I need to get exactly what it is, but it's around 50.
All right, no worries. We can catch that this weekend, Joe. Anyone else?
It was 51-20.
Fantastic. All right. All right. I don't hear any else, Paul, so we'll file those away and we'll circle back around when those are presented and get those taken care of. Drinks were approved out of the expo budget, so that should be, as soon as we get it presented, we'll get it paid, payment remitted, and move forward.
Hey, while
All
we're
right.
on that topic, Scott did real good. Kroger luckily had that buy two get three free, and man, we cleaned up on that. I got some too. I think Scott got some. So we got quite a few drinks at a discounted rate.
Fantastic. I had heard that people were able to take care of that and leverage that for the club, and I appreciate everyone that helped Scott with that and on the expo's benefits. So thank you very much for that. And I do believe I think we paid sales tax on those, so everything should be good on that.
Yes.
All right, real quick, I did reach out to Adam. The Ham 101 topic for next week for the membership meeting is on the Starlink Mini. That's in the 6 o'clock hour on the Ham 101 session. Of course, there'll also be the typical help desk kind of functions. Bring your problems. We'll talk about them roundtable as well. But the specific topic during Ham 101 will be on Starlink Mini. The membership meeting topic is off-center fed dipoles with Bob Brim with Palomar Engineering. And then part two, after that wraps up, we will take a few minutes and walk through and talk about any membership debrief that they may have about the Radioactive Expo, a kind of a collection of debrief from a member's perspective. So we'll devote some time at the membership meeting to that as well. Any concerns or questions?
What's the name actually? Isn't it Radioactive Mid-South Expo?
Mid-South Radioactive Expo? Did I type it wrong? I'm sorry.
Well, we need to know what the official name is, I guess. I haven't been certain on it, but the way the logo reads, Radioactive Mid-South Expo.
That works.
Okay. Radioactive Mid-South Expo on the blue section of the postcard. So I will fix that. All right. Just as a quick note, Perry, Jonathan just joined us. Dan is out, so nothing on the repeater at the moment other than he is working up the one thing that I have talked to him about. He is working on a larger plan, knowing that we've got most likely top tower work. He's trying to put a staged plan together for that. Nothing on the bylaws. The Hamfest Expo, we'll circle back around on in a few minutes. All right, real quick. Thanks for joining us, Josh. Good to see you. Let's see if we can get our sparks in. I know it's going to be a busy weekend, so we've got to get sparks out. So let's try not to overwhelm Jonathan because I know he works really hard on that. Let's try to get our sparks in as soon as we can versus as late as we can.
Is Sparks going out pre or post Expo?
It'll have to be post.
Okay, just wanted to confirm.
Yeah. Now, what I was thinking about doing, everyone, and we'll talk about it in a minute, but I'll just toss it out now, is maybe tomorrow sending out the one-page flyer to the Sparks list, just sending that out to the list, saying, hey, Saturday, here's the flyer. Come visit with us.
That's fine.
All right. Real quick, not to lose sight, June's not that far away. Field day is June 27th and 28th. Germantown Municipal Park is our location for field day. Our permission has been secured. Neshoba has taken care of that, aka Jolly has taken care of that. So we're square on our field day location. We'll get closer to that a little bit and focus on that. But we've got pressing matters this weekend, so we'll circle back around on field day. Even a little further next month, after 2 months after that, we've got the bus trip. I know we're excited about that. Joe, the bus
It has
been
not been
secured, correct?
reserved. The quote, we got the quote, but it has not, I have not reserved it. I was
Okay.
waiting on another quote, and that quote came in at $3,000 instead of the, I think, 2,575 like last year. So I think we can probably stay at the same price as last year, even though food and
Okay,
drink
how much
has gone up.
how much higher was the quote?
The quote was the same
Okay.
for the bus.
Okay. Well, that's good news. All right. When do we need to reserve that?
Well, I probably in the next week or two. I mean, we could wait until in May, but I want to go ahead and get it done so we have the price tied down for sure.
All right. Does anyone have any thoughts on the bus trip and the reserving the bus?
Are we gonna have some information about that at the expo and be able to take people signing up, or not yet since we don't have it booked?
Well, that's why I said let's do the pricing same as last year, and we can have it at the Ham Fest.
Okay. So the pricing the same as last year would be $100 before July 1st, and 120 after that is what we want to do.
Right, and then $75 for a spouse or a second person from the household.
Okay. Paul, would we be able to put that in the Square store?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Because that may be able to help us a lot, because that way we don't have to mail checks. We don't have to collect cash from the P.O. box. We can just say, hey, it's on the Square store. Or if you're at the expo, just here's your thing in the store. All right. I forgot. I apologize. We do have guests joining us tonight. I didn't want to ignore y'all. Thank you for joining us. I will circle back around to y'all in a few minutes. I forgot my Southern manners and forgot to acknowledge our guests. With that, any other discussion on the bus?
Quick question. It's $100 now and $75 for the spouse. When does it go to, was it 120 or 125? And date on that.
July 1st goes to 120.
Does the spouse go up as well, Joe? I don't remember if we made the spouse go up or
no,
just
we didn't.
The primary rider.
We didn't have it go up.
Okay.
Do we know, Joe, how many seats will be available? Because it's entirely possible
56 passenger, 50 seats will be available.
Okay. Well, we need to keep track of that number because we might sell that whole bus out Saturday. You never know.
That's a possibility. Well, we never know. We've never really advertised it at the expo before. Who knows?
Then we just need two buses.
I like how John's thinking. I like that. All right. If there's no other discussion regarding the bus trip, I would entertain a motion to approve Joe reserving the bus.
I'll make a motion.
I'd make a motion.
Joe
okay.
Reserving the bus.
Okay. Jonathan made the motion, so who seconds it?
I'll second it.
All right, Tyler's going to second that. All right, so the motion is to go ahead and allow Joe to reserve our bus, and that's through Klein, correct, Joe?
Correct.
to reserve the bus with Klein Tours for the Huntsville bus trip on August the 2nd. Made by Jonathan, seconded by Tyler. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. All right, that motion carried. All right. Fantastic. All right, that is pretty much the end of the kind of the board business that we need to knock out. So managed to get that knocked out pretty quickly. Fortunately, April in the past has been a pretty light month for the board. So now let's segue into the busy part of the session. And we'll pass it over to Steve. I did kind of throw together kind of a tentative agenda, Steve, for
good.
you. So just so we can talk about the things that I messed that up again, didn't I? I'll fix it. All right, Steve, the floor is yours.
All right. And let's just go through this and see what comes up. This looks like it kind of hits everything. The venue, yes, we can load in on Friday. I did, I think I updated y'all Monday or yesterday. Golly, it's just yesterday. I went to Hicks, personally gave them the check, the guy that we've been talking to, showed him the layout. He said that looked good to him. That helps him kind of plan the, how it's going to, pre-stage some of the equipment before they get out there and when they get there. He said they've got a window between 9 and 1. I think on the quote, Paul or Joe, they've got your phone number, but I also gave him mine. So they may call you first, but I said, I would be the main one that would. And heck, I'll just probably plan on being out there first thing in the morning and just hanging out and seeing what happens. I don't have much else to do that morning yet. All right, the event on Saturday, not much to talk about there. So on Sunday, no, that's it. Saturday, we can access starting at 7 o'clock. We'll have, I'm sure we'll have some people doing some setup on Saturday, probably majority of them on Saturday. We're saying the event starts at 9, but I know that people are going to start showing up 8-ish. So I'm starting to plan on people, at least for the tickets and stuff, starting at 8 o'clock. And the earlier we can get some people in, that's going to help us and not have a huge rush right at 9 o'clock.
What time do we want our volunteers to show up?
7:30, 8 o'clock. I mean, just as long as they're there by 8.
I got a question on the admission.
Okay.
Is anybody going to be free, like kids under a certain age, or are we just going to charge everybody $5?
I don't think we put anything out in writing on that, Paul, but that's a good point.
Yeah.
I think, what's the consensus, everyone? I think there should be a certain level of children that are not charged. I don't know what the consensus of the group would be.
No, we talked about it early on.
I'd say up to 18 free.
Yeah, because like it would, I think, is it Huntsville that does that or some of the other ones?
16, 18, somewhere in that range, I think is the mark.
Yeah. I mean, if we
I think Mary Jean's going to have some high schoolers there, so probably need it up to 18.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Since we're trying to promote the STEM, that seems like a good idea to have that in there. So
Huntsville is 12 and under free.
12 and under, okay.
So real quick, let's talk about a real quick sticking point for that. If it's 18 and under and they come in as an admission and they're free, do they receive a door prize ticket?
ugh.
Can they receive a door prize ticket?
Well, that's the other question that we're going to talk about next, but you beat me to it.
Let them come in at a discount.
Well, they get the one free, but if they're going to buy any more, they got they can buy more. You know, I'd say give them the one.
So if they came in free, are they going to get one? And I don't mean that to be that's kind of a rhetorical question, but
Yeah.
and goes back.
Well, hey, if we give them free, yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's where the dollar may
free,
come
they don't
in.
get a ticket.
Huh?
If they get in free, they don't get a ticket.
They do or don't, Billy?
They'll get it.
Not.
And let's talk about for real quick, 17 and under are in free. 18-year-olds, because 18-year-olds can technically buy a lottery ticket. Would we want 18-year-olds to pay and then they get a door prize ticket, or do we want 18 and under to come in?
I say yes, but this is that's I say yes.
Okay. 18 and under is free. They get a wristband.
Under 18.
Say again? Under
18.
So 17 and under.
Yeah.
18 would be expected to pay.
That's an adult.
Okay. Steve, your thoughts?
I mean, I'm kind of neutral. I mean, I'm open on all of that. I mean, if we give them free, all right. So what did we decide about door prize tickets? No.
My opinion is no. If you get in free, you don't get a ticket.
But you can't. If somebody comes in and they get in free and they want to buy $100 worth of tickets, we're not going to let them pay $100.
It's different. And I'm not sure, can a 15-year-old kid participate in a, I mean, I'm just asking.
Yeah, I don't know either. I just hadn't thought of it. Yeah. If somebody's that young, they're
with somebody.
Huh? They're going to be there
somebody.
with an adult.
Yeah.
The adult can buy the tickets.
That's right.
It would be very, 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 other than some of the people that are there for STEM.
My opinion was if they're getting in free, they don't get a entry ticket free.
But can they buy? Can they? But
if they want to go buy $100 worth of tickets, let them buy them.
Well, if they want to buy that can they buy one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then we're back to I don't know the legality of a minor buying lottery ticket or buying. It's not a lottery ticket. Buying a raffle ticket.
If somebody gets in free, is the minor or whatever, not to get it complicated, or they're going to get a wristband?
We need to give a wristband just to be able to control it.
Okay. And so
Yeah.
should we mark that? I don't want to turn this into a whole logistical piece, but should we mark that wristband? I guess it doesn't matter, but I would like to know if it were a minor, how many minors came.
For this year, let's keep it simple. Tally sheet.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
I don't in my opinion, it is important that anybody that comes in, free admission or paid admission, gets a wristband. That is the single biggest piece of statistical data that we have got to capture this year. Whether or not they're minors or not, we can keep just a simple tally sheet and simplify that this year. We can add that into the complexity potentially for next year and the years beyond. But for this year, if you're admitted, you get a wristband, because we need the wristband to control admission over in the seminar rooms, because the seminar rooms and the expo were discontiguous, in my opinion.
Yes.
Sounds good.
I just did a quick ask of AI for the legal age to buy raffle tickets in Tennessee. And it says generally 18 for authorized charitable raffles and gaming events.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think what we need to do is we just need to say, look, if you're going to purchase additional tickets, it needs to be your adult or you need to be 18.
Yep.
All right, capture that.
Okay. And we'll just have to keep that in mind and get a few different colored bands for minors for next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Close enough.
Close enough. All right.
Not to throw a wrench in that, but one thing I was kind of looking at the wristbands as a way to kind of have a check for the cash received for admission. But I mean, it's probably not going to be enough to make a difference. No, forget I said that.
Well, here's what I just had this thought. Okay. The wristbands you said, Steve, you got from, I think, Amazon.
Yeah.
Okay. We're far enough away. We've got enough time. Throw in another color, purchase another color like tonight of another color, and let's just solve that problem. Easy problem solved. Minors get tagged with a red band. Easy peasy. Done.
Okay. Let me see. All right. Yeah, the ones we got now are a bright blue. All right, Sunday. I'm not planning on. We've got supposed to have access on Sunday. I don't really have anything planned on Sunday, depending on, if there's anything we think we need to come back and do on Sunday to get ready for the pickup on Monday. But I can't think of anything. Only thing would be, I may go by and double check the tables, be sure somebody had taped something down and there's a bunch of tape left or something like that. But I didn't have anything planned for Sunday. And then they're going to come Monday and pick up the tables and the chairs. I did ask, they bring the chairs on movers, racks or whatever, 50 in a rack. And he said they normally do keep the empty racks there, is what they normally do there at the Agri Center. There's enough space to stick them somewhere. Somebody asked me to ask about that. So if we realize we've got some chairs that we're not using in one of the rooms or something like that, we've got access to easily move around some extra chairs to where we're using them better. The floor plan, I can pull it up. Nothing's really changed on that. Does anybody need to see the floor plan, or are we okay on the floor plan?
Did we push that out to the website?
No,
I haven't actually checked.
Yeah.
Steve, did we swapped two people around? Don't you want to put that out?
Yeah, I mean, I've updated the information, but I mean, we swapped two people around. Let's.
Yeah.
I didn't see that as breaking news on my iPhone, so we're
No,
good.
if it's going to go to the website, I'd like to have it
Yes.
correct.
No, it's okay. Are we going to put it on the website?
I
What are we
would.
talking about putting on the, I'm not tracking.
The
There's
layout of the
a
tables
vendor
and where
floor layout, table
where the
layout.
vendors are.
All right.
Yeah, the website's first year pretty. We're not going to give ourselves dings on the fact that the website's only first year pretty. It's a work in progress. The information's there.
I can add a section. Is the current version you want out there in an email somewhere?
Like I said, we swapped it probably from the email probably doesn't have the last update, but I can do that. I can send you that.
Okay.
Yes, but it needs an update. Steve will send it out shortly. When he sends that out, Jonathan, we can stuff that as a JPEG or a PDF and
I'll
just
just put it at
slide
the
it into
bottom.
a section.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Put it at the bottom of the whole page. Just
Yeah.
Why don't we
The way
put
that
that
I
at
had
the
it,
top?
huh?
all right. You want it at the top? I'll
The
put it at the
pricing and stuff. I think the pricing needs to on the tables and everything now that we've got it set needs to go to the bottom and put the floor plan right underneath the flyer.
Okay.
So fair, but let's also be respectful of Jonathan's time. That is a complete reorganization of the web page.
I'll figure it
And it's not okay. Fair enough. I'm just trying to be respectful, Jonathan. We are all volunteers.
out. Yeah.
Um, and then we're also going to put out there have we put out there the finalized schedule, the seminars with the times?
I updated it the other day with what
Okay, I'm
everybody
sorry, I
had.
haven't. Yeah, I've been busy. I hadn't looked close. Okay,
Yep.
that's good. Um, let's see. What setup fee for setup and takedown?
That's just Hick. We paid Hicks to set our
Yeah.
tables and
Okay.
chairs up so that we're not having
Yeah.
to provide manpower to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
That was a very, very cheap in the grand scheme of things force multiplier for the club to have Hicks drop all
Oh
75
God.
tables where they need to
Yes.
be and put
Yes.
all 300 chairs where they need to be. That was
Yes.
a very easy force multiplier.
Yes. Yes. That was a savings. Yeah, that was well worth it. What was that? It was 300 and something dollars. That's something to definitely keep in mind for a while. Um, all right, security that is set up starting at 8 o'clock and going until 6. I will, they have said they've got it scheduled. I will keep in touch with them and, just be double sure that that's done. But we're using, who the Agri Center recommended, and should be no problem there. Advertising, that's done. Vendors, I think we're down to like 3 tables left, and two of those are one of those for sure is what we think might be in kind of a bad spot because of the poles there at the middle of the room. So I'd say we're for this year, for me to the way I've got it planned out, we're pretty much maxed out. Um, the other clubs, I've been to all of them, went again fairly recently. Um, yeah, they're all the local clubs that I can think of, they've got a table. Um, let's see, except the one up in Jonesboro, they don't actually have a table, but Michael Knight's, I think he's their current president, and he's going to be there. So, But I'd say we got a good presence of the local clubs. The way we've got the tables laid out, I tried to put a lot of the clubs kind of together so that they can talk to each other and stuff as much as we could. Uh, Seminars, I'll mainly defer that to Billy. Anything that you want to throw in? We good?
Everything's tight.
Before we dive into that, real quick, Steve.
Yeah.
On the other clubs, have we reached out to them and asked them for their leadership team or
I
a
was gonna. Well, that
leadership
was
person?
I was gonna. I meant to, yeah. I was waiting until after tonight to see if anything changes that we needed to or anything we wanted to say to them. But I'll send out something to them by tomorrow. By tomorrow.
Okay. All right, Billy. Seminars and forums. I apologize, Steve. I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt.
that's fine. That's fine.
Well,
I should have said that. Yeah.
Everything's tight. We'll, all the slots are filled, ready to go.
What was our total number of seminars?
10. Well, yes. Is that so? Is ARRL? What's that status of that one now? With that email that we got, but
David Norris will be there. It's just David Thomas won't.
So if we got them slotted as at one time they were a separate time slot.
Yeah.
They're the time slot before. They're still the time slot before the
round table. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I just checked our seminars and we got 12 on the board on the
10,
Expo website.
The 10 are actual seminars. The 2, the round table, the ARRL and the round table are not really considered. They're sessions. So 12 sessions total.
Compliments to everyone that's pulled that off. That is phenomenal. That's 12 time slots, 12 activities, 12 ways to engage people, varying from power to Mestastic to Go Kits to just lots of good stuff. Thank you for that. And this real quick, Billy, because I didn't get a chance to sync with you. Did you circle up on the other stuff that we talked about a couple of nights ago?
Yeah,
All right, we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay, I sent the emails. I think.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
No worries.
On the
Steve, I apologize.
On the seminars, we've got that guy that Sean, I can't give his last name right now. That was he had said that he was interested in doing the videos. He's been all over the place. He's busy. He wants to do it. He's not, he's back and forth. I'm not counting on him.
Let's go with what you said.
I was going to say I can set it up, and it's mainly going to be your stuff.
A and C.
Yeah. Yeah. Now I'm not going to do the weather for C. That gets kind of that's all they've got enough of that online. But particularly yours. I've got 2 cameras. One's a little better than the other. You're going to have the better camera. I've been checking my memory cards, and I've got plenty of especially for the camera for you. I could pretty much just nonstop record everything and then edit it out later. Do have a separate mic that we did use at the last member meeting that does work a little bit better on for one speaker picking up the audio. I think we'll get that. We could kind of test that a little bit on Friday and be sure, but we'll try that and see how it works. Because we don't have, that's one thing I didn't really think about it. I think the rooms are small enough that we're not going to need any kind of audio system in the rooms because we don't have it. I think it'll work. They're small, they're fairly small rooms with cinder block walls. So you really don't want too much in there. You're going to blast people out. Anything else on the seminars? Okay. Concessions. I do need to get what Scott has. He was planning on picking up all the stuff. I don't know the specific things that he ended up with. I'll get a list of that. What I'm thinking, if I can when I get a list from him of the exact drinks and the food items, I think we do need to. One of the things we need to see if Mary Jean can do for us is, a sign that we can put there by the concessions. The easy thing is everything's going to be $1, so all we got to do is list the items. I think that would help. Tables and coolers. Tables is no problem. I think we've got that planned. We got 4 tables in that corner area. I did talk to the Agri Center. He didn't see any problem with us. I asked for it, and he said he didn't see any problem us having access to that outside door there by the concessions. And there's nobody in that big venue area that we share a wall with, so we should be able to, stick a few things, especially for the concessions over in that area to if we get a little too crowded there where we're doing concessions. Coolers, I got coolers coming out of my ears over here. I've got well, Don, did you got 4 big ones? 4 or 5 big ones?
Yeah, I've got 4 for sure, and one of them's got broken hinges. I'm going to try to get those hinges fixed tomorrow. If I get that done, I'll have 5. Also, just for a heads up, my wife has volunteered to help with concession stand if needed.
Okay.
She's a good hand.
The coolers are 100-quart cooler, not a 48-quart cooler.
So where does that leave us with the number was 15 was what?
Well, but we were talking about the smaller ones. So that he's got that. I've got a big one. Now mine, it's my son-in-law. I got it from him. It's big, but it's one of those that's big because it's real thick. I mean, it's bigger than normal, but my God, that thing will keep ice for a week, so that might be one that we want to maybe emphasize, mainly ice in that one. But then I've got 3 other, the old normal big igloos. And Scott had a couple too, so I think we're okay on coolers.
I've got one.
Scott just joined us.
Scott!
Your ears were burning, sir.
Yes,
I apologize
I'm
for holding you in
sorry.
the waiting room too long.
Okay.
I'm
Hey,
sorry.
Scott, we were just all right. We were just mainly talking about the coolers.
Okay.
Don's got 4 big ones. I've got a big one. It's big, but it's because it's real thick. It's one of those, but it's at least, the size of what I call the old big igloo cooler. And then I've got 3 others, that are similar, that are the big, the old big igloos.
Okay. So that's good. So if we go with the plan with having 3 coolers, 1 for water, 1 for regular Cokes, 1 for diet, and then 1 for ice, and I'm bringing 2 with ice for the day. We probably could use some ice during the day. If we get there Friday afternoon, get everything set, get the drinks that we want to put in the cooler, fill them with ice, leave them overnight, then we drain them in the morning, then we should be ready to go. So I'm dropping everything off Friday afternoon, all my snacks, and we should be under budget. I know I told y'all $800, but it's going to be under that. But there again, I just don't know how many people you're going to have, so I can't plan. So if we sell out, that's great, because that way we still make a little money off. If we sell everything for $1, we should, even with tax or with everything, we should make a little bit of money. I don't know how much. I'm not going to be there. But anyway, just want to fill that in.
Scott, you said 2:00.
Yes, sir.
Friday, right?
I was planning to. My game plan is to get off work about 11:30, head straight out to Sam's, pick up my 13 cases of water, and probably go by the house and pick up the rest of the stuff and head towards the location.
Okay. Okay.
Scott, the ice house that you said on Summer, is that the one at Shelby Oak? Is there one at Shelby Oaks?
Putt.
No, there's one there.
It's at Putt.
No, well, there's one in front of Putt. I know the one up here around the corner from me at Summer and right where Kroger and Kroger is and where old Big Lots used to be.
Yeah.
But there's another one at Highland and Sam Cooper. There's two of them. And I guess there is one out there at Putt.
How much is that?
$5 for how much?
$3 for
$3 for
£3.
Yeah.
$4 for a 20-pound, I think.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Don't go me on that. But I was just going to pay by credit card and hope for the best. So, but yeah, the ice might be a thing to add in that I didn't come in the budget. But I'm thinking with the Cokes that we got on sale at Kroger, will be cheaper than what we can buy it at Sam's. And I figured $40 difference per what we're doing here. So I'll just let you know.
As an aside, I'll throw it out there. I can ask if the kitchen ice cooler, the kitchen ice machine at First Event where we meet, they don't typically use that one. That's not the main machine. I can ask them if they're okay if we stop by a Friday and basically empty the machine, if that would be of any help, or do you just want to stop and get it out of the ice house?
Well, the ones bringing the coolers, the big coolers, that would be an idea for them. I don't mind just going up here and paying $10, $12 for ice. But how big is your ice machine? Is it a big one or kind of a middle-sized one like we had?
It's probably a cubic yard.
Okay.
Don, how do you? It's easier for you to get it from the ice house since you'll be shorter moving around everything.
Right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to load up 3 of the ice chest with ice, and we'll have 1 or 2 empty so we can put the Cokes in, shuffle the ice over to the other, and don't worry about the cost of this ice because I'll cover that. So that's a no-brainer.
Okay.
I wasn't worried about the cost of the ice. I was just mentioning it. I don't want to throw a monkey wrench into the logistics of it this late in the game. It's just I'll throw it out there. We can circle back on it next year and factor that in if we need to.
Okay. I mean, it's up to y'all. However you want to do it. It's easier for me for logistics to just pick it up on the way here. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So bottom line, Scott, anybody that's bringing a cooler, bring it to you full of ice, right?
Bring it to the location full of ice. Yes, sir.
Oh, bring it to the Agri Center full of ice. Okay.
Yes.
Joe.
Now what I'm probably going to do, like I said, I got my car is about loaded down with coolers now, but I'll skip ahead to the ticket drum. I talked to Rick Kamchak just a couple hours ago. We've got an appointment with LeBonner Thursday at 10 o'clock to pick up the ticket drum, and they bought I don't know if y'all heard it or not. The LeBonner got rid of their speakers and stuff, but LeBonner's replaced them. So we're going to get the speakers, the sound system, and the ticket drum on Thursday. So I'm going to have the drum. What I'm thinking is I'll keep the drum in my car, and he swears it'll fit in a van in my car, my SUV. Just in case, I've looked. There is a U-Haul place 2 miles away that I could rent. You know, if I needed to rent something else and put it in there, I got a plan. We will have if the drum's there, I'll pick it up Thursday. And then so I'll have that. What I'll probably do is, Friday when I go there in the morning, I'll unload. I'll have the drum, and then sometime first thing I'll unload that and then come back and get the coolers and the ice and stuff. So so that won't be there until later in the day.
You getting the projectors? Who's getting the projectors?
I'm getting projectors.
Okay.
3
Mark's
from
Open
road and the club projector.
I'll bring one from my office as well, Joe.
Okay. That'll be a spare in case one of them is needed. Another one is needed.
Yeah, I have one I could bring as well.
Do we know what kind of projector they are? Because not every projector has the same connector.
HDMI.
Okay. All right.
And they have the 3 from Open Road is a very short projection distance, which makes it good. So the table doesn't have to be real far back. Steve and I talked about taking one of the Open Road and having it in the flea market area because that's where we need to have a larger screen or larger presentation, and working on putting a projector table on top of the regular 6-foot table to get it up above the people so it doesn't get blocked, the projection doesn't get blocked. And Mark said he would be available to help with projector stuff.
Before I forget it real quick, Steve, you may want to make sure that we as a club, the Agri Center is real particular about the tape that you use. It has to be gaffer's tape. So someone on their travels needs to stop by and make sure they pick up a couple of rolls of black gaffer's tape, not duct tape, gaffer's tape.
Gaffer tape. All right.
So I'm not even sure they sell that at Home Depot and stuff.
Yeah, you have to hunt for it in town.
Yeah, there's it's used in the movie industry and the entertainment industry.
It's not quite as sticky as duct tape.
Well, it doesn't have residue.
Yeah. What about painter's tape?
Correct.
Yeah, is it just painter's tape? Tape.
Some painters tapes leave residue.
By the way, gaffer's tape is about $20 a roll.
But if you have to run a cable across a walkway or something, you really want gaffer's tape, not painter's tape. So we need to make sure we have at least some.
All right.
Well, if we're going to use it, we probably want to have orange, wouldn't we? If we're running cables on the floor.
I don't know that they make it in any color but black. I've never seen it in anything but black.
They make it in 10 times the rainbow colors.
Yeah. MARA used blue.
You can get it off Amazon.
Online, I mean,
Get it off Amazon, get it delivered cheap. I'm seeing it, you can get like 4 rolls of it for $40 or I don't know about the colors.
That would be something to throw in the kit and keep a hold of, and if we need it, we got it.
Yeah, here, I'm gonna put this in the chat. This looks like a good price. It lets you have all the colors. You can order it from Amazon, get it probably tomorrow. Oh, goodness gracious, that's a big old.
All right, Steve, next.
Okay.
Do you think we need any additional audio? I can ask around if we need additional audio. What are we getting from Le Bonheur? You said they were giving something.
Well, they're just basically the same that they're replacing the sound system that MARA was using at Free Fest. It got thrown out over at Le Bonheur and they replaced it.
Oh, okay. That was very kind of them. All right, door prizes.
We got door
Any other
prizes.
discussion? All right. We got our ticket prices set. We got our ticket drum.
Yeah, I hope so. Supposed to have it Thursday.
All right.
Everybody, they say they've got it. Now, are we through getting new door prizes? We've got, let me go through with what we, hang on. Let me,
Man, it looked like you had a pretty good breakout in your slide deck there.
the slides today, slides that you saw today,
Yeah.
did that cover
Yes, sir.
everything we know of?
Yeah, I just had one recommendation in there. I emailed you back for the discount code for ham radio prep.
Okay. And then what I did on that, we've got several, and I still don't have anything from ARRL. I don't know what else I can do, but ask them last week to send it, and then they send me an email saying why they're so busy and they can't send it to me instead of sending it to me, but it is what it is. Well, we've got probably 2 certificates from ARRL. We've got the 2 that Joe got from local eating places. We've got the 3, was it 3 that we got for the training?
Yeah, ham radio prep's giving us 3 free technician training classes.
Okay.
And then a 10% off code. We just be careful because the code that they gave us, that
I guess I
radioactive.
didn't realize it. So they gave us the certificates, and then there is also a
Yeah.
code people can. Okay, I got you.
So
Okay.
there's a code for the 3 free. It's all the same code. So when we give it out to somebody, we'll just give them, I don't know, print a piece of paper out or something and give them the code.
Okay.
But there's also a 10% discount off on that
Okay.
that class in
Okay. I
general
got you.
with the Delta code. So anybody
Okay. All right.
can use Delta and get 10% off on that.
Okay.
And so you could just add a slide somewhere underneath there, or you could just put
I wouldn't put
words on there that
the
say
codes
code.
down.
Yeah, code Delta for whatever, however you want to do it. Use code Delta for 10% off. However,
I'd
on
put
that
that in
slide.
the newsletter.
Well, no, I mean we need to have that for people. The whole, people that aren't members, but wanting to do it from because they were at the expo. I could do that. I could do another slide behind this one saying, yeah, 10%. Yeah, I'll do something. That's quick and easy.
So ham radio prep may be able to send us a little quick flyer that they use for other that we could print in quarter sheet, have sitting on the table, and they could have it as a takeaway. That's a thought. Just
Yeah,
create
they sent us some material earlier today. I haven't had a chance to look through all of it. I think y'all got an email. Y'all got copied on it, but I think maybe this one slide that Steve's got came from some of that.
I just got this off their website.
Okay, well they did send us some marketing material earlier today. I just haven't looked at it yet.
Okay, I just got that off their website. I said it. This is. I have not used created anything with PowerPoint in years, but so I just threw this together. If anybody else is better at PowerPoint and is laughing at what I've done, you're welcome to take this and make it prettier. But
it works.
Yeah,
it's good, Steve. It's good.
Yeah.
It works.
Okay. And I like the idea of having a picture of what the things are. It
Yeah,
kind of gets
I do
people's
too.
attention, especially something like the gadget bag and stuff. All right, hey, on that, the times. Go back. Yeah, go down the winners. All right. So look what I did. I've got a certificate of radio, a certificate of radio, a certificate of radio. Instead of just giving out all the certificates all at once. Somebody gets one person, and I'm thinking, and what I've got over here, these are just an idea, but the times is when I'm thinking we'll do the drawing. At 10, because Billy, if your first one starts at 9:30, you should be through what
45.
about 10:15 or so, right?
Yes, that's at the
Yeah.
most. Yeah,
Yeah,
40,
yeah. So that's what
45
I'm
is the
saying.
top end with a 15-minute
Yeah.
conversion.
So, I mean, I'm going to, roughly we're going to do these drawings about the time the things could be getting finished, but at least they can,
What about putting it at 20 after?
well, whatever. All right. We'll put it 18 after.
18 minutes, 37 seconds.
No, that won't. I do not. There's no way that's going to work. Okay.
And 500
We'll do it.
microseconds.
Yeah, just roughly at those times. And I'm thinking, do we want to, until we have a winner, is that what we want to show as the time so that if somebody is really interested in one of the things, because you got to be, except for the last one, you got to be there to win. So do we want to keep those times on there so that during the day people will know when we're drawing for those?
I would.
I don't see any. I don't see any reason not to.
Nope, keep the times. That way people
Yeah.
know, and they can come back if they need to, if they want to step out and they want to be there for the win.
I do think, Steve, we probably want to shift them down, probably 5 minutes, just a little bit, just so that they're not right at the end of the seminar's window. Good point. Valid points.
Yeah, I mean that was just something that I did. Well, just kind of. I was trying to kind of.
Good.
Then if you see, we get a little busy at 3, but that's when a lot of the things. And you may not even be through at 3 with the last one. You're not going to be, but if we don't start getting rid of some of these at 3 o'clock, then we're going to go kind of long.
Are we going to broadcast it over the radio too, by the way?
We could do that. We could do that so that you could announce it in the room or something.
Yeah, because somebody could be monitoring in the room or something. Whatever. I know they do that at Huntsville because they're that far away, but.
Well, we're gonna announce it on the system, and then, like I said, the main thing is it's going to be on this. In fact, I won it from Delta a year or two ago, a monitor, 24-inch monitor that I'm going to have on the table right dead center when you're walking in next to the ticket barrel. So this will be right there where people can see it. And we will also have it projected up on the wall in the main room.
Do we need a TV? I happen to have a TV that I could bring. It's like a 42 or whatever.
I don't know that we got room for. I don't know that we've really got room for that.
Okay.
I mean, we could see, but I'm trying to squeeze. I just do not. Nobody can really tell me how. Everybody says the drum barrel, and I've seen it. I mean, I just don't know for sure. I'm trying to put the drum barrel and a monitor basically on one table. And
I think it'll fit. I think the barrel sat on a table last year, Steve. I'm sitting here racking my brain.
Yeah, it sat on a table, but how much of an 8-foot table did it take up? Yeah, I know.
It didn't take up it did take up half an 8-foot table far on there, but if it did, that's at most it took up half a table.
Yeah. But then I'm trying to also squeeze on the monitor next to it. So
Steve, I think
don't have enough space
possibly
for a
you
monitor.
can put the monitor in front of it, of the barrel.
It'll get knocked. I think it'll be to the side.
Yeah, that, and then how do you
You'll have. I think you'll have plenty of room, Steve. I remember. The barrel. There's plenty of space beside the barrel on the table for people to sit there and fill out tickets on an 8-foot ticket.
Yeah.
On an
I
8-foot
mean, if somebody's
table.
got,
So I think you'll have.
Yeah, I've got this one. If somebody else, I don't know that we've got room for a 60 something inch, but if somebody's got one, whatever y'all want to bring, we can try it. If you can, I don't want to, if somebody can bring one on Friday, we can try it. I don't want to play around with it on Saturday.
Yeah. I've got a 27-inch that I can throw in the car. It's easy.
Okay.
Easy peasy.
We could do that and we could see if it works. All right. All right. Other than adding something about the discount code, this looked pretty good.
Looks good.
Yeah, I would. Do we want to have a slide in there that talks about, hey, go to the corner for the stem thing? If it's rotating through there to remind people that that's happening in there, or
Good call.
Because that's one
you
thing.
can put a slide in there.
Like, it's one section of this whole thing that we haven't really done an awful lot of talking at all about, and I'm concerned
because I don't know what's going on there. I'll be honest with y'all. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm hoping it comes together. I don't know if Mary Jean needs. I mean, Joe, I don't know if we need to have a call with her before the weekend.
Good luck.
Just out of band.
Mary Jean will need some help. There is no doubt about that, Mary Jean. But I also know that Mary Jean is very good at pulling things together, and she's leaning into her students to help her with this. So I'm confident that she'll pull it together, but she's going to need a little help. But she's also going to be one of those that's not going to really say what she needs help with.
Yeah.
So what I would suggest is if you're not tied down to something specifically for Steve or others, take a minute, reach out to Mary Jean and say, hey, I'm available to help Friday night or Saturday to help you with the STEM corner. Just let me know what you need. And can I specifically help you with something? And I'm sure she'll feed you something back. That I have no doubt.
Yeah, because I mean, we have said that corner is going to have soldering and some other things in it. And is she bringing all that? Is somebody else bringing all that? What that's that's what we said in the flyer. So
I think she's got that because that's all part of her STEM curriculum that she's running at her school.
3D printing, robotics demo, soldering.
Yeah, we probably need to reach out and just see touch base with her. I'll try to reach out to her and see, Jonathan, if you want to reach out to her, we'll try to leverage that. Okay. And Steve, before I forget, in this slide deck that you're rolling, Jonathan's point about throwing a slide about the STEM corner, and there's a great idea. And the other thing that I just realized when I was scrolling through the slide deck, you may want to say, hey, don't forget about the concession area and just a slide.
I did think about that, but I was just trying to, I mean, we can do that. It just,
I think it's perfect.
But I hate to say it, but once again, the other argument, the other discussion was we're going to have a lot of congestion around this screen. So I was trying to limit a little bit. So, but we can add it and see.
I think it'll work out.
Well, how many tables do you say we have left? I'll buy a table and put my TV on it and put this slide on it if you want.
Well, but it's not going to be where this one is. It's going to be
right. It would be somewhere else.
Left or
yeah. It would take people away from your concern about congestion.
Yeah. There are. I think Steve said there's 2 open tables, Jonathan. So your point's valid.
Okay.
All right.
If this works, I mean, once again, this is the first pancake.
Yep.
And if it comes out looking funky, the next year's pancake will be better. So.
All right. Couple things.
Right. Now. What are we? Tickets? We all okay with tickets? 17, 18?
Do you
Yeah.
have enough? I'm just concerned you don't have enough with that grand prize.
How many do I have?
I don't know. I was wondering how many.
I've got how many do I have? I've got a lot of tickets.
I don't know how much money Ned spends every year, but man, he wins all the prizes.
Well, and that's it. I mean, I've got I'll have to look and well, what did I get? I think I've got
Oh, you don't
15
win all
rolls
of
of
them.
200. I got 15 rolls of 250.
Okay. Okay. Well, if we run out, I guess we can just go buy some paper and start
We run
printing pieces of
if we
paper.
run out, then we'll tell people next year you need to you know we'll have more tickets and you need to buy them
Yep.
sooner.
Yep. Yep. All right.
In
That'd be a
fact,
good problem
I've
to have,
got
actually.
yeah. I sent y'all an email before I ordered the tickets, and nobody said that it wasn't enough. And then Joe and I got to talking about it, and I doubled the order. So uh, that's where we are.
Good plan.
It's first year.
Yep.
All
We'll
right.
bake it in. That'll be lessons learned.
Yeah. And I don't think, I mean, people, you know, we might have it happen, but then at the same time, you know, don't get me wrong, but I've talked about it too. You know, for a $20 gift certificate, are you going to buy $50 worth of tickets? Nope. You know, you will for the grand prize. And that's one thing I think later in the day we need to start emphasizing. And that's why I kind of did the prizes in increasing order. Later in the day, we need to say, okay, folks, if you've only bought a few dollars worth of tickets, we're up to prizes that are worth, you know, hundreds of dollars. Now's your chance to buy some more tickets.
Yeah, that mast is not cheap. He sells those
No.
for quite a bit of
Well,
money.
that's not cheap. The radio that Chickasaw gave is over $300,
Yep.
and you know, then of course the you know the icon.
Yep. Good layout.
I think we ended up okay.
Yep.
Website. Is there anything else we think we need to get Jonathan to add to the website? I think we're good at this point.
Just send him the table and the vendor layout,
I'll
please.
send him that.
I'll update that.
I don't think there's any room to shove that into the flyer. It'd be great to have that as a separate flyer, Steve. I think we want to have that may be something that we have Mary Jean print as the vendor and table layout, just as a couple of large formats to have by the drum, to have you know, the admissions, so people can find if they're looking for somebody. Although it's small enough, they can walk around and find everything.
I'm gonna say it's not like it's not like it's Epcot, you know.
Not yet.
All right. Now, speaking of Mary Jean, I mean, I hate to say it, what do we want her to try to print, and are we comfortable with counting on it? And Mary Jean, if you're listening, you know I love you, but golly, we're getting down to the wire, and she's got a lot going on. Do we need to even look for another option for printing some things we know we need?
Well, I think Joe, you're looking at printing your trifold thing somewhere, right?
Well, is 100 sheets. I got another price from Clark Printing. 100 of them is $100 plus, and then 9.75% tax. So that's $15, $16 savings.
We're tax free.
Well, if you've got a check to pay for it.
If we don't need to use it for something else, we have a check we can use.
I was going to say we've got one that
Does it? I mean, how professional do we need it
ahead.
to be? How professional does it need to be? I mean, I have a printer.
To your point, Jonathan, a nice laser printer, we're good.
That includes folding.
Oh, well, I can fold for free too.
And I've talked to them, and they'll make sure the trifold works.
Oh, okay.
Jonathan, I'm on beam with you. I understand what you're pointing out.
Anyway,
All right. I'm gonna. I don't want to. I know we're running. I know.
Yeah.
I warned everybody it was going to run a little long. I don't want it to run super long, but what I do want to do real quick is a couple of things. I do want to throw it out real quick for anything, anybody, roundtable, speed forum, top of mind, anything you think we've forgotten. I'm going to do Brady Bunch around the corner, so everybody be prepared. I'm just going to call your name, put you on the spot. Anything you think we haven't thought about, I'm going to go around the horn real quick because I definitely have. I've got Paul. Paul's got some things that I need him to talk about, but I'm just going to run around the Brady Bunch real quick. And anything you think we've missed, throw it out. Don, you're at the top left of my screen, so you're first.
I can't think of anything. Maybe on the free tickets deal, on the kids that are under 17, if they've got a parent with them, that ought to be pretty easy. So it's no big deal, but that's all I could think of.
All right. I'm in the middle next. I'll skip me. Steve, you're next. I'll skip you. Come back. Joe, you're next.
Sandwich board sign for seminars.
Seminar sign. Okay. So Steve, that'll be something we'd want Mary Jean to say. Seminars and an arrow pointing away towards where they are, so we can have that.
Can you drop it? And we've got. Here's what I have put together. Or can you share?
You can share.
Okay.
But I can also stop my share.
Hold on. Where is it?
All right, hold that thought. John Reiners, you're up.
The only thing I'm thinking of is, and I'm sorry if I missed it, but has there been any discussion about a talk around frequency?
8.2.
Okay.
Well, and that, go ahead.
And Dan, 8.2 is what we were planning. We were going to link 625 for the day. We were going to unlink 625 from the
Crowley's Ridge, yeah.
Crowley's Ridge, and we'll link 625 and 8.2 together for the day. So you can hit it coming in 8.2, or you can hit it 625 coming in. Either one. That was the plan that's been talked about. All right, Joe.
Here's the board that would be on the sandwich board, 3 sandwich boards inside to get them to the seminars. And we can have individuals, couple of individual sheets posted in the flea market area.
What size?
This would be 36 by 46 on the sandwich boards and 8.5 by 11 for the individual flyers.
Okay. Would you email that to Mary Jean?
Yeah.
Ask for however many copies that you want, 36 by 48. And you want that in the
36 by 46.
Not 30. Just email it to Mary Jean, copy Steve at least, copy anybody else you want to, but email it to Mary Jean with size requirements and how many copies. Fantastic. Do you want any directional signage, arrows?
I think if you have the 3 sandwich boards going in order, that sort of creates an arrow. I don't know.
Okay, we'll work it out. All right, next. All right. Let's see who's next. Jonathan, you're next. Anything we thought that you think we might have missed or that you see that we need to talk about?
the only thing that I was concerned about was communications between the staff during the show. And so if we're going to do,
I haven't talked about that yet, but it's on my agenda. Go ahead.
you know, just like, how are we going to do that? Are we going to do that over ham frequencies or some other radio setup what are we going to do?
I should. So a couple of things on that. I think for now, this year, we'll probably do it over ham frequencies and it'll be simplex. We can have, I think Billy has talked about this. We'll talk about it. We'll have a primary frequency and a secondary frequency. If something needs to move off primary frequency to a secondary, we'll publish those frequencies. That's the plan right now. It'll be, if you've got an HT, please bring it. We'll, in the future, we may move off of ham frequencies into like an FRS GMRS or public frequency. But for this year, for just sake of simplicity, we're all hams. We all got licenses. We'll use ham frequencies.
Okay.
And then we'll have a primary and a secondary frequency.
All right. Thank you.
Perry, you're next in the bunch.
Can't think of anything. Sorry, I haven't been much help with it, but I can't think of anything.
You take great notes, and that has been a fantastic help. So thank you for that.
Yeah. Well, and it's reassuring that you're kind of hearing this for the first time and you don't see any holes. So, yeah.
Yeah, my hat's off. Y'all have really done a great job.
All right. Thank you, Perry. I'm not trying to rush, but I don't want to keep us going forever and ever, trying to get to a wrap. Billy, you're next. I think Billy's.
I am, I don't really have anything else.
Okay, fantastic.
Billy,
What?
you doing the com plans?
Yeah.
What about 146.550
So if
and
you look at that,
147.42?
which
They're
one
in the
is that?
frequency, Aries frequency list.
So
People might have them already in.
On the frequency list that goes around that we have every month and showed everybody, you know, there's a Delta Club simplex channel listed in there.
Is that 5.2 though?
I don't know.
I need
Hang on, I have that list. It's this list, right? Let's see where it is. 146.48 is listed as the Delta Club special events. 146.48 is listed as primary.
Sounds perfect.
And
The
DEC
simplex, the
14655.
that is the Aries, and we can use that as a secondary channel.
Yep.
So Billy, 14648 simplex is primary. 14655 secondary simplex.
Perfect.
Anything else? Fantastic. Paul, I'll put you on the spot for just a second about Square.
Okay, before I get to
And
Square,
then anything else that you have.
yeah, before Square, I got 2 cash boxes, and I'm going to bring one on Friday for anybody that needs to pay for tables or whatever. I do need somebody to do a cash verification with me at the start of the event and at the end of the day on Friday. For the one box I bring, and then Saturday I'll bring a second box for concessions, and I'm going to need to recount both boxes at the start of the day and at the end of the day just to make sure we've got what we're supposed to have. So I'll be looking for somebody to help with that. If you're willing to volunteer for that, just catch me. Because what I want to do is I'll document it on paper. We can sign it, make sure that everything's kosher with cash. As far as Square goes, I've got the app on my phone and I've got it on this iPad that I'm talking on now. I don't have data on this iPad. It's got to be connected to Wi-Fi, but my phone's a hotspot, so hopefully that'll work. But if anybody is willing to operate one of the Square devices, I can get you set up fairly quickly. It's easy to do. It's menu driven. You just put in whatever it is the person's going to pay for, and then total it up. And that's just clicking a button to add it to a cart, basically. And then as far as the information we collect from them, I would think at a minimum, we'd want to get name and either phone number and or email. And with that information, we can email them a receipt or text them a receipt. And so that's kind of what I was thinking to do there. And then at the end of the event, I can get a report from Square on basically what we sold. But I will
So
need.
Paul, real quick, I've got a hotspot that I have that my wife uses in she's gonna be out of town, so I'll bring that so we can have a dedicated hotspot for the concessions and ticketing area that we can run anything that needs to be Square. We can run it off that hotspot. So I'll commit to bringing that.
Oh, that'd be awesome. And so, yeah, I'll just need somebody. I've got 2 Square units, so I figured we'd have one at the tickets and one at the concession. Although if the concessions, if everything's $1, it might be easier just to do cash there. I don't know, and do 2 at the tickets.
I was planning on, like, for the first hour or so, planning on 2 at the tickets.
Okay.
And then if we see that we need down at the concessions, do that. But I just don't see us doing concessions for the first hour or so. I mean, I'm going to have somebody there, but my main emphasis the first hour or two is going to be getting people in the doors with tickets.
Sure. Well, and I'll have a cash box, in the event somebody wants something sooner, we'd be able to make change.
Yeah.
And so as far as change goes, if we charge $1 for everything, my change, I have $200 in ones and $200 in fives split between the 2 boxes.
And I've got some ones, and I grabbed I went through the ATM today. In some of the ATMs you can get 10s instead of 20s, and I got 100 or 2 worth of 10s, and so that way we won't eat 3 or 5s quite as much too. If somebody gives us a 20, we could,
okay,
help out a little bit with some 10s.
Just be cautious. I don't want us to all throw a bunch of cash in and commingle a bunch of cash. I mean,
yeah, I know it, but yeah, we could work that out.
Yeah, and kind of to that point, I did the 400 that I've got is my cash, and that's why I want to count. I want to make sure somebody verifies it when we get there, and then verifies it at the end of the day, and then ultimately at the end of the event, so I can get my 400 back.
Seems very reasonable.
Yeah.
And I'll be glad to do that, Paul, or we can get somebody else.
Okay. I just don't
have a large format iPad.
Books anywhere.
No. Trying to keep it all above board. I also have a large format iPad that I can bring if we need that at either one of the concession stands or the ticket place. So I'll bring that as well.
Awesome.
All right, Paul, anything else?
No, does anybody have any questions about Square or anything or any other recommendations?
I think you've gotten all the menu items in there. I think we've got a renewal, we've got a family renewal, we got all the concession $1, we got the door prize tickets, we got admission tickets. It's all kind of on the Square menu right now, if I remember correctly, correct?
I think it's all there. I'll make sure, but I was going to add the bus also. And for now, I'll just put the $100 price and the $75 price. I won't worry about the July 1st deal.
That's fair.
I just don't want to confuse anybody.
Good point. All right, Scott, you're next in the list. Anything we haven't talked about? Go ahead.
I'm good. I'm all set.
All right.
Thank you.
Tyler, give you a second to unmute. Tyler, you're next, and then Josh is on the last, and then I'll close this up.
No, everything I had questions about got solved tonight, so I'm good to go.
Fantastic. Hope to see you and your family. All right, Josh, you bring us up, close us out.
Can the volunteers participate in the raffle?
Sure. Yeah.
I hope so.
Oh, that brings up, are the Delta Club members required to pay the $5 admission? I'd say yes.
Yes.
Yes. unfortunately, but yes.
Yeah, I'm a yes on that one.
I mean, if you went to somebody else's Hamfest, you pay it. Their members have to pay their Hamfest. I haven't seen anybody's Hamfest or Expo where the club members get in. If we exempt the Delta Club, then the argument we got to exempt Cara and Mara and Neshoba, and no, everybody pays. Make that easy, in my opinion.
Yep.
Speaking of that, that includes us too, right?
Yes.
Say again?
That would include the folks on this call as well, right? We all need to get admission.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, why not?
I mean, volunteers. Yeah, I mean, I'll pay a $5 admission, but volunteers, I would say you could make an argument that a volunteer could be exempted from admission, but I think we'll all pay $5 one way or the
Is
other,
there a
whether it's store
senior
prize tickets or not.
discount?
Yeah.
Yeah,
this
$4.95 for you, Billy.
No, Billy, 505 for you.
I'm gonna bring 3/4 and 3 dimes for that dollar thing at the concession stand and see how y'all do with that.
We'll turn you away.
Bring 100 pennies.
Thanks for your donation.
Dump it in a coffee
Yeah,
can.
we're gonna have a tip jar.
Yeah.
All right. Couple of things and I'll close up and then we'll wrap up. I do want to take a second, more than a second actually, and acknowledge the tremendous amount of work that has been poured into this event by Steve as the chairperson for this and the volunteers that have circled around and rallied around Steve. The effort, the time, the energy has been amazing that that small group of core people have poured into this. That includes you, Billy, and Scott, and Don, and Joe, and all of the other people that have poured effort into this. I want to take a minute and just very straight up acknowledge and thank you. Without that amount of dedication, without your ability to pour into this, we wouldn't have gotten this pulled off. Second, I would be very remiss if I did not acknowledge and thank to all of us the ARRL, our champion organization, and the foundation grant that they provided to us that gave us the surety that we would be able to conduct this event in a top-notch fashion and eliminate a lot of the risk that we would be taking on by exposing ourselves to conduct this event on the very first year.
Thank you to the grant writer.
Absolutely. They got high praise from the ARRL Foundation for the grant and the completeness and the thoroughness of the grant. Steve did an excellent job on that. Now, I do want to take a minute and circle around real quick and talk about something, a hard little piece of the puzzle that I want to address and try not to step on any toes, but be very direct about it. We are all on the board of directors. We are all leadership. Some of our guests aren't, but what I'm driving at is we are all leaders. We are all cognizant of the fact that decisions have to be made and things can't be done, and we won't shy away from making decisions. What I want us to understand and what I must ask all of us to understand is Steve is our leader for this expo. The surety of this event conducting itself and pulling itself off this weekend is incumbent upon the fact that Steve makes our decisions. If you don't know what's going on, make sure you reach out to Steve and let Steve loop himself into the equation so that he can chime in on and say, this is what I was thinking. This is how I think it needs to do, versus you making a decision and not looping Steve in. This is important. I want to emphasize that, because I know that we are all leaders. We all do not shy away from making those decisions. But for this weekend, Steve is our leader. We need to make sure that if a decision needs to be made and we have the time to do it, now I'll caveat that. If it's urgent, like somebody's on the floor flopping and they need urgent medical care, don't call Steve. You know what to do. But if we've got the time to do it and we can, please loop Steve in. We determine the primary frequency. We've got the secondary frequency. Heck, we've even got phone calls. And the venue's small enough you can yell across the venue and holler at him if you have to, if it's urgent. The point that I'm trying to make is Steve's thought all of this out. Steve has the big picture, the complete picture. Don't short circuit him by making a decision and not looping him in. All right, off my soapbox. That's a plug for Steve and him that he's put all the time thinking through all of the things. So, Steve, we're not going to try to overwhelm you, but I'm trying to support the fact that we empowered you and you are our leader for this.
And I appreciate that, and I hope that I've earned that the opportunity to do that. And the main thing I see it is it's going to be consistency. If we don't have, if without one person, right or wrong, y'all, I think y'all know that right or wrong, I'll make and stick to a decision, and it's that'll give us consistency. Because if we start getting inconsistent, it's going to really go haywire. Um, I think I've know all of y'all and been with the club long enough to know the values and the integrity and the thought process that goes into most of the everything that we've done and what we want to do, and that's what I'm hoping that y'all feel that I'll honor that. So I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. All right. I have no other comments. I thank everyone for their time. I don't think anybody has any closing comments. I think we've talked about everything, but I'll just open it up. Anybody have anything else they want to add or subtract?
Now, we had talked about sending something to at least to the all the presidents in the area so that they can send out something. I mean, basically, send them the flyers, send them the layout, and at this point,
ask them to send it to their club.
Yeah.
So what we need to do is after we finalize I would recommend, Steve, that after you finalize the floor layout tonight, you send that to Jonathan, to all of the club leadership, including our own club, because we talked about early on when we first started, we were going to send out the flyer to the Sparks mailer to all of our club membership and say, okay, here's the event, here's this weekend, here's what's going on. We send that to all the club presidents and ask them to send it to their club mailing list as well.
Now the layout with the vendors listed underneath it, was that readable? That was okay. I thought it was better to have it all on one page.
I thought so.
Okay.
That in conjunction with our one-page flyer makes a great front and back. If we printed that, our flyer and the vendor layout, you could do that as a front and a back. We could also put, at some point, we could do the seminar list as a front and back on the vendor layout. That's a future thing. We'll talk about that in the debrief. But yes, we need to email that to all the clubs. Good point, Steve. Thank you.
Now, what signs do we want? All right, the three that we're going to, for the seminars, I'm thinking we need to, Scott, if you can send me a list of the food items and the types of drinks we're going to have, we could maybe do a sign for that and put it on an easel by the concessions.
We could.
Or will you not know until Friday?
No, I mean I can send you that sometime.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll work on that.
Okay.
So, hey, Steve, you want to take a quick list? So we've got the 3 signs from Joe Lowenthal that he's going to email directly to Mary Jean. We've got the concession menu items that we're going to, that's probably a 36 by 40 something item. So we have the concession menus that we can put on an easel. You could actually have Mary Jean print that PowerPoint slide that has all the door prizes. You could have her print that to put up by the drum. So here's a list of all the door prizes. You could also have her print, and this would be reusable. You could have her print. Maybe she mentioned that she has vinyl. If we don't think we're going to change the door prizes, you could do the one for one, 6 for 5, 30 for 20. The door prize ticket pricing. That could be a sign that she could do. Just a thought. Anybody got any others that we would want her to do?
I think that's all we really need.
Right. Fair enough. All right. Well,
Do we want one?
Last call.
If we wanted one more, would we want to have, if we're going to put an easel with the door prizes, would we want to have another one with the other screen that shows the sponsors or not?
I mean, you could print the first slide, the first slide, this slide.
Yeah. That one.
The only thing that I'd say about this slide, and I just noticed it, our logo's not on that.
Well, but yeah, I mean, but it says our sponsors, but yeah, I mean, I did not even really think about that.
But other than that, yeah, you could absolutely print that and have that sitting next to the door prize drum on an easel.
Huh. Yeah. Let me think about how I would with the layout, how I would put that. But yeah, I did leave us out.
All right. Last round call. Any other thoughts, observations, things that we've missed? All right. I would certainly entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Tyler, seconded by Joe to adjourn. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye.